on 1250 Wins WHNZ. You'll find this show on every Mondays at noon, so I invite you to please tune in as my show aims to become your information source for the Tampa Bay real estate market. If you're just tuning in the first segment, I was talking about some good ideas to get your home ready for the spring, some good maintenance ideas. And, Malcolm here had an interesting story that he brought up here to kind of supplement that. Malcolm, go ahead and tell the audience what you were talking to me about off the air.
Yeah, thanks, Jamie. You mentioned about cleaning your air conditioning vents and cooling fins, but a couple of years ago during the summer, it was not cooling down enough in our home, and I thought, well, we don't have a big enough air conditioning unit, so I got a air conditioning guy out to give me a price on increasing from 2.5 tons to 3 tons, and he came out, put a little Freon in the unit, and worked perfect. So it's something I didn't know is sometimes they get down on Freon, and that will affect cooling quite a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Cleaning the coils and, again, just adding some Freon to the unit, very beneficial and something you should have looked at least once a year, especially with the cost of a new system. You can definitely extend the life expectancy of an AC unit by just doing regular maintenance. And there's a lot of great companies out there that'll put you on an annual plan as well and give you some great reduced rates. And, again, you can reach out to me. I've got a lot of great contacts in the AC business as well. So, Malcolm, thanks for coming on the air with me today. Reverse mortgages. I see a lot about this in commercials from some different celebrities and everything, and I'm very excited to learn a little bit more about this because I really don't know much about reverse mortgages. So tell me a little bit about yourself and Access Reverse, the company that you're with.
Sure. I'm really happy to have a chance to be here. You're not alone in your knowledge level on reverse mortgage. It's very common. I talk to people all the time who just have incorrect information. A lot of what you'll find on the internet is just flat out wrong. It's unfortunate. This is a great program, and I'm really dedicated to educating people on understanding how it works.
First, let's start with the basic. First of all, what is a reverse mortgage? How is that different than a regular mortgage?
Well, reverse mortgage, and that's one big misconception. It's just like any other mortgage. You're going to borrow money. You're going to get a statement in the mail each month that will tell you how much you owe and how much interest was charged last month, just like with any other mortgage. The first big difference is when you get that statement, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to make a payment. With a regular mortgage, you're going to pay your interest and you're going to pay some of the principal. With the reverse mortgage, you don't have to. It's you can if you want, but most people don't. So you get your statement the next month, you owe a little bit more because they've added the interest from last month onto this month's balance. Other than that, you ask almost any question about a reverse mortgage and answer it for a traditional forward mortgage, and it's probably the same answer.
But a reverse mortgage is, in a sense, you're getting paid by the lender instead of you're paying the lender. I mean, is that correct to say?
Well, it depends on the circumstances. About 50% of the time, people that come to us have an existing mortgage, and we're going to use the funds from the reverse mortgage to pay off their existing mortgage. And the benefit to the borrower in that situation is that they never have a mortgage payment again for the rest of their life as long as they live in the home. But they're not going to get any additional funds, and often in that case, we may just get enough money to pay off the existing mortgage. The other situation would be where somebody has a free and clear home or just a very small mortgage, then we can get money to pay off whatever balance is left on the mortgage, or take the entire amount on a free and clear home and turn that into a line of credit or a monthly income stream that they're going to receive for the rest of their life as long as they live in the home.
Okay, and now this is a program that was established in the 80s, am I correct, under President Reagan?
That's right. It was 1988. FHA and AARP got together, and there was a lot of kind of a hodgepodge of programs out there that weren't all weren't getting very good press, I guess you'd say. So they came up with the program we have today, and there's a lot of protections in it for the borrower. That's the one thing they did. And the program's pretty much has been the same for 25 years.
And it's designed for people age 62 and older, basically to supplement their income, supplement Social Security, their own savings, things of that nature, and they can take the equity from their home and then begin to get paid from the proceeds of the loan, correct?
That's right. You have to be 62. Right right today we can actually still do it where only one spouse is 62, but there's some ramifications there that it's not always advisable to go that route, but we can do that. But the minimum age is basically 62. Depending, again, if the house is free and clear or if they have a mortgage on it, would determine if they're going to get ongoing equity from or ongoing income stream from the reverse mortgage, or just use the mortgage to pay off their existing mortgage.
And this is a program that was established under the Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD for short. Am I correct?
That's right, under the FHA division.
Okay, and it functions similar to what first-time buyers utilize with the FHA mortgage program, where they go out and they buy their first home, and they get 3.5% down, and they get it from whatever lender that they choose. And the Department of Housing and Urban Development, through the FHA financing program, insures the lender. So if the borrower were to default, the government or the Department of Housing and Urban Development then pays off the lender, and then the property, it's basically an insurance claim. And I myself am a HUD direct broker, and I do specialize in this, so it's something I know a pretty good bit about. But it's the same principle with reverse mortgages, that the lender is basically giving you the loan, and in the event of your passing, or if you begin to get to a situation where you've taken out more than what the home is worth, they insure the lender and they pay off the lender. Am I correct in that assessment?
Yeah, the kind of the FHA is in the background on this. Mm-hmm. It's anticipated in most cases they will not get involved in the loan. It's very difficult to default on a reverse mortgage. There's only a few ways you can do that. I mean, you can not pay your property tax and homeowners insurance is the one most common. And it's not that common, but that's where, when it does happen, that's generally the circumstances. There's a couple of other things, but they're kind of obscure. So under most circumstances, you're going to, a reverse mortgage borrower would borrow money, live in the home for the rest of their life if they choose, or it might be for 5 years, but for as long as they want. When the day comes that they no longer live in the home, and that could be because they've sold the home, or both borrowers, if it's a husband and wife, have passed. When that day comes, when it's time to sell the house, if there's more owing on the reverse mortgage than the house is worth, FHA steps in and pays the difference. And that's their involvement. They're guaranteeing the value of the property to the investor. All these loans are resold on the secondary market, and this allows FHA to attract investors at very low interest rates, because it's almost as good as a treasury bill for an investor.
Gotcha.
Federal government
Mm-hmm.
GSE actually is guaranteeing the value of the collateral. So.
Well, I definitely, I spent yesterday evening, getting ready for this interview, and you've got a lot of great information on your website. And here, coming back from the break, I'm going to go through a lot of these questions that you have on your Access Reverse website, and as well some more information and specifics on how a reverse mortgage works and how that you can take advantage of them if you're age 62 years of age or older. So if you're just tuning in, you've been listening to the Jamie Maloney Real Estate Show here on 1250 WINS WH&Z. Again, you'll find this show on every Mondays at noon, so I invite you to please tune in, as my show aims to become your information source for the Tampa Bay real estate market. Back in a moment, we'll have more with Malcolm Tennant of Access Reverse on reverse mortgages, so please stay tuned.